What is going on, family? Monday Talks. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. We are in 2020. We are in 2020 indeed. This is the first Monday Talks of the year. And welcome indeed. Welcome back. And let me first start by wishing you all a very happy new year, filled with blessings, filled with great health, filled with success, filled with prosperity in all aspects. May this new year also be a year where we realize the importance it has within it. We are entering a new decade. You understand? So let's make it indeed count. Let's try to push away the negativity and move forward with the positivity. That's really what I wish for all of you guys. Happy New Year indeed. Once again, blessings upon blessings for all of you. Yes, Baba, come on. Well, today's Monday Talk is not going to be very long. I just wanted to extend my best wishes to you guys and speak about what's going to be coming up next. So it's mostly talks about music today. I have, as you probably have seen, the release of my 18 years anniversary album. It's a double album, compilation as a matter of fact of my some of my songs done in the past 18 years. That's going to be coming out in February the 28th. I have indeed quite a few things lined up. I have another release with coming out normally this month with the legendary Slide Johnson, the Mike Buddha from Science Super Crew, ex-Science Super Crew. Legendary brother indeed. This is a record that's going to drop normally this week, in 2 weeks. Back at it, family, and this is a non-stop situation. My brother Pablo, what it do, man? Happy New Year, yo! Always many blessings indeed to you and your loved ones. Rosa Washad, what it do? This is gonna be coming up next. Then I have brother Glenzito, what it do? Glenn Lewis in the building. What's going on? Happy New Year, yo! Zach Swagger en force. Yes, I. After the 28th, we will have the release of my first single from the album I've done with Boddhi called Virgil Abloh. The video is mad. We shot it in Ivory Coast earlier in 2019, and that's going to be coming out this year. We also have the album together that we've done with Boddhi called Trouble Fête. It's going to be a mad piece that will be more towards the summer. Or a little bit prior to the summer. And in the meantime, as usual, man, I got a lot of music, man. I got a lot of, dope shit coming out. Best wishes to you too, brothers. Indeed, 2020, we're going hard or we're going home. But, this is it. So, yeah, man, got a lot of music, a lot of collaborations, shit, man. I have a new record with St. Lucia's very own Stacey Iman Charles. I got music coming up with Bull and Panya. Freddie Masamba, man, Made in Asuli, we're going to be back at it again. The legendary, Paulo Flores, we're going to be doing some music together as well. Angola's very own legendary Simba fucking master, Paulo Flores. Man, it's just going to be massiveness. He has been in the building, thank you, brother, I appreciate that, man, and this is what it is. It's a non-stop situation. I already told you last year in 2019 that I was preparing this year hard, and I'm not playing. My brother, so good to see you, man. Lee, what it do? Hey, Lida, comment ça va? Ça va bien? Gros bisous, happy New Year indeed. And yeah, as I said, it's all about making good shit happen, and change the narrative. There is a massive switch that has to happen this decade, and I plan to be a key element in making that change operative and happening and implemented indeed. The Half-Ras movement has been undermined too long, has been not really considered the way it should have been, and this fucking time is changing. I'm very serious about it. And who is going to be on board will benefit, who's not. Well, they can always be welcome in the future, but it's all about who was there in the beginning. And, being one of the forefathers of this movement, I think that this past decade was a decade of, putting things into place and building, legacy. Or I should say establishing brand, establishing name, etc. And now it's time to really make it happen for real. And with that being said, look out, man. There's so many great artists, so many great labels out there that need structure, that need help, that need advices. The experience, the know-how is there as well. And peace and love always to you, my brother. Indeed. Satellite kumeke. So there's a lot to be done. And by God's grace, as we say, inshallah, man, I am granted a solid health and life in order to be able, alongside my peers, to be able to do this all together. Because it's not a one-man band. It's all of us, hand in hand. The musicians, the producers, the DJs, the dancers. We cannot forget about the dancers. The dancer community is extremely important, and we need them. We need everybody to be on board. We need everybody to open their fucking minds. We need everybody to understand the necessity of really keeping their perspectives open. It's of utmost necessity indeed. Times are changing. All right, let's make it happen. Let's obviously stay open to the change, but understanding the necessity to keep the values, the core values. It's very important. There's no progress without also understanding where we come from. We have to understand where we come from in order to not lose ourselves along the way. And that's pretty much what it is. It's a crazy fucking world. We have fucking Donald Trump fucking shit up, trying to create wars, being a fucking idiot. They're trying to. America is trying. The American government, the new system in place is trying to take over the fucking world with some game of like egotistical power trip. It ain't gonna fucking happen. And truth of the matter is that we're entering new era, instability, insecurity. This is gonna cause a lot of disruption. But as a people, we do have a fucking power. As a people, we do have the capacity to tackle a lot of challenges presented our ways. We just need to be united. We need to be understanding our differences as well, accepting them, and being more aware of our power, as a unity, as I said, keeping it together, individually, collectively, yeah. And man, that's really much about it. It's pretty much a message of unity and love, man. There has not been enough love in the first decade of the year 2000s. As a matter of fact, these past 2 decades we've had, where the year 2000s, the year 2010s was seriously a lot of fuckery. I think people have seen the damages of the social media. They've seen the damages of a fake fucking life, and and just hopefully wake the fuck up to the reality that being true to yourself, being honest with yourself and the people around you doesn't make you weak, right? The understanding of self-value, the understanding of knowing how to keep yourself to yourself and knowing how to give when it's needed, but also really keeping yourself to yourself, because it's all about understanding that you are precious and nobody can take you down, nobody can drag you down unless you allow them to do so. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that, man. Definitely bring some cigars. Make sure you bring the big ones. Don't bring the small ones, though. Please. I like them big sticks. If you can, I would appreciate that. But anyway, I appreciate the gift regardless. So with that being said, understand the value and the necessity of being connected and truly, truly, truly connected to yourself, right? Nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to do so, or unless you put yourself in a position for them to do so. It's easier said than done. I've had my personal set of very unpleasant experiences this past couple of months. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate that to you too. And people betrayed me. People that I didn't expect was going to do certain things to me did what they did, whatever. And yeah, it is what it is. We live when we learn. We let them go with peace, love, and harmony. But live your life the way you want it, but outside of mine. As far as relationships, we live in a world of consumerism. It is what it is, yes, but this should not be the status quo. Let's try to understand the necessity of also toning things down a little bit. There is a necessity to also regain value of self when it comes to that. Don't get me wrong, I like the flesh. It's all good, it's all nice, but then there's a point where you have to be extremely mindful of what you're doing, extremely mindful of what you're getting involved in, both men and women. I would actually say both women and men either way, because there's no us without, the female power, the female energy. And this is something that is extremely important to preserve. Us as men need to value our woman. We need to value the women of our families, the woman that we pretend to love, Even if it's a one-night stand, value and respect. You understand? Don't treat a woman as if she was a bitch or vice versa, just because, don't judge people. If you get involved into something, take full responsibility for it. Embrace it. And if you were not happy with it, don't repeat it again. But the bottom line is, let's be more responsible. Let's stop fucking throwing shades and stones and fucking slut-shaming people when actually we're all responsible for our actions. And it is much too easy nowadays because of the internet to hide ourselves behind posts and nonsense and try to take people down based upon, whatever disagreement we have with them. Let's be more adults. Let's be more aware that the damages we cause to one another out of stupidity are useless. There's more to gain uplifting one another. May we be in disagreement together. Let's agree that, okay, we will disagree. It is what it is. Life goes on, and we don't have to be enemies. We don't have to be best friends neither. But let's not be enemies for the sake of being stupid enemies. We passed that. We are actually in the 21st fucking century. There's certain things, certain approaches that needs to be completely banned. You understand? Certain things require adaptation. It's true. It's not easy to allow change, but it's inevitable. And you know what? The most inevitable truth is death. So why waste our time on nonsense, on shit that don't make no fucking addition to your life, when we know that we only have one to live, as far as we know. So let's value family. Let's value ourselves. Indeed. One love. Happy New Year to everybody once again. 2020, we're here. For some of us, the year has not started well. It started with stress, with tensions, with death, with pain, with no money, with this, with that, or with success and with greatness, etc. We all have different starts to this year. But you know what? Let's make it a motherfucking year that's gonna count. Don't be defined by a sketchy start, by a slow start, by a difficult start, or even a super successful start. Everything can change from a minute to another, from an hour to another, from a day to another, from a week to another, a month to another, or a year to another. So while you're here and while you're at it, make sure you think smart. Make sure you learn how to put your money aside. Make sure you learn how to compound shit. Make sure you learn how to save your energy. Make sure you learn how to fucking make time for yourself. Make time for the people around you. Make time to also work out. Make time to fucking feel healthy. Don't make excuses. I'm this way. This is what it is. Fuck that mindset. Fuck that shit. Change your fucking habits and learn how to fucking elevate yourself all the time. It's not easy. Nobody said it was. It's not supposed to be. But it doesn't have to be difficult either. Right? I'm saying this because I'm talking to myself as well. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to myself. I'm reminding myself all the time. It is so easy to get trapped into habits. It is so fucking easy to get trapped into shit that are not healthy for us. But you know what? This is what we are as human beings. We get trapped into shit. We just want to get stuck sometimes in stuff that are not good for us. Bad relationship, friendship that are not worthy, a guy that we like or a girl that we like, we know isn't good for us. But you know what? Shit, the sex so good, oh my God. And then he or she makes me feel so many chills and so many feels or whatever the fuck. Like, all that shit, man. 2020, let's enter in new ways. I get it. It's special, one person to another, very unique. Cool. I get all those particularities, but let's stop making excuses then, and let's not complain when shit don't work out, because we know we are responsible for a lot of those things not working out because we are too attached to bad habits. We're too attached to some negative energies because they reassure us, and also because sometimes some of us feel like they're not worthy of getting certain type of blessings. At the end of the day, you are as worthy of any and every blessings that you can think of, just like anyone else. You are not less than anyone. I am not less than anyone. I might feel like it sometimes. You might feel like it sometimes, given one or two or three or four different type of experiences that may make you doubt yourself. That's okay. You can doubt yourself, but don't doubt of the essence. You were here to accomplish something greater than who the fuck you think you are. You're greater and you have greater things to accomplish than who you think you are. Find that. It's going to take the time or not, but find it. It can be anything. Just find your fucking light. Work on it. Don't be scared to look at yourself in the mirror. See the naked version of you, the true fucking and honest version of you. Don't try to make it sugar-coated. You understand? Don't try to sugarcoat the reality. Let's be honest with ourselves. I've done that. I've disconnected myself for a couple of days from the social networks right after New Year's Eve, and I've done the work. I've taken the time to really study my shit, man, and look at myself naked once again, because I do that regularly. But that's me. Do you, but be fucking honest about it. That's all I gotta say, family. Let's fucking live a happy life. Too many people are sad. Too many people are fucking depressed. Not enough people want to support each other. Everybody wants to act and put on a fucking, kill the fucking mask already, man. Keep it real. Let's try, and what does it mean to keep it real? That's for us individually and collectively, I guess, to find out. Those are tough motherfucking times, serious fucking times. People are dying out there. People are fucking losing their lives, losing their jobs. People are struggling. Us as artists, we live. It's a fucking world. Don't believe the motherfucking hype. By God's grace, I'm really thankful. I have a house, I have a garden, but I've worked hard for this. And even that is not guaranteed, it's not granted. You understand? I continuously have to work, because if I don't work, no money comes in, I'm on the streets. That's the fucking reality. Don't believe the motherfucking hype. You understand? And don't value people just because of fucking money. Money and shit. Somebody can be poor today. That same person you talk down to or you look down upon can become more powerful than you tomorrow. I've seen it, done it, been there. My God, so many fucking times. And not just me, but so many people around me have also experienced that. Don't be contemptuous. Fucking A. Catch yourself when you start being jealous of others and you feel like, oh my God, they're more lucky than you are. They're not. They're just blessed with other opportunities, and you are as well. You just haven't seen them yet. With those words, family, being shared with you, thank you very much for tuning in. This was a bit of an energetic talk, but it had to be done that way. I wanted to do it outside. The weather is nice, and with the nature behind me, because you know what? We also take that shit for fucking granted. I don't have an epiphany, but I just think that it's important to come back to the essentials when, we get lost in nonsense. And I see a lot of that. And I've seen myself also do the same mistake. So, we live and we learn. Everybody has their own time and moments to progress from one stage to another. But let's face the fucking reality. Let's really be honest with ourselves. And we're all going to be good, and let's be happy for one another, Let's really be genuinely happy for one another, because at the end of the day, your success doesn't mean my loss, or doesn't mean my my failure at all. It's an inspiration for me. And the more successful we are in what we do, fucking the best it is. And this was family. Have a lovely, 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 lovely week. An amazing fucking year 2020 once again. And see you next Monday for the Monday Talks. Once again, thank you very much. Be blessed.